Now, today is World Braille Day and 200 years since the revolutionary reading system was invented. Well, to mark the anniversary, the Royal National Institute of Blind People is urging the government to protect budgets for local authority vision impairment services so that young people can access the support that they need. And one of those young people is 11-year-old Betsy Griffin, who published her own book in Braille called Out of the Woods.
If you read this book, it will teach you to be more brave, what's really positive, I think, teach people life skills.
Yeah.
And also, I think learning about having a positive mindset,
Yeah.
courage, everything like that is really good.
And I'm very pleased to say that Betsy joins me now, along with her dad, Stuart, and Claire Maxwell from the Royal National Institute of Blind People. So welcome to all of you. Lovely to see you. And Betsy, I'm going to grill you in a moment about your book. But first, I'm going to ask your dad a little bit about some of the things that you've been through. Tell us a little bit about Betsy's journey. And as I understand it, it started with a tumour on her optic nerve, is that right?
That's right, yeah, exactly. So when Betsy was 2.5, she was diagnosed with a optic nerve glioma, which ultimately led to her being blind. So she has some vision in her eyes, but it's relatively limited. So she does use a cane and she uses Braille. So yeah, that was 9 years ago now, and Betsy's proficient with using her cane, and she's very proficient at brailing.
Yes, so Betsy, tell us about it. I understand, I've been told that you've managed to keep incredibly cheerful and positive throughout all this, and in fact, you've even written a book that's all about positivity. So tell us about your book.
Yes, so my book is called Out of the Woods. It is a tale of positivity, courage and kindness. Throughout 7 to 8 chapters, 7 to 8 animals help me get through the woods because I get lost and I need to use my resilience and persevere to get out of the woods. So you can buy it on Amazon, but if you like, going into an actual shop, which I don't blame you, can also get it from Waterstones, Shoreland Bookshop, which has really supported me along the way, and RNIB, if you'd like the Braille or large print version.
Oh, and it sounds like you've just managed to be so positive throughout. And you want other people to feel the same then? Is that why you've written the book?
Well, yeah, so I think it's always good to feel positive. And I get that sometimes, life is tough and you go through tough times in life. And I think this is a book where if you're kind of feeling a little low, then grab Out of the Woods book and let the happy feelings start to flow,
Yeah, and as you said, your book's available in Braille as well as the other formats. How important has Braille been to you?
Well, I think if I didn't know Braille, learn Braille, have Braille, it'd just be a totally different life, I think. I think it would be a life of eye strains or, not being very independent because I would need someone to dictate, what I'm reading or writing. So really, Braille has made me be a lot more independent than, I could be without it.
How hard was it to learn?
Well, I started learning Braille when I was quite young, so I don't quite remember the first stages. But you might not realise this, but I've had to learn Braille 15 to 16 times. So sometimes that has been quite challenging and it's just been it kind of seems never-ending. But when you get onto the sort of stage 3, 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, so far on until 3.5, then you can start to see or feel the silver lining.
Oh, amazing. And Claire Maxwell, I think Betsy's explained so well how important Braille is. And 200 years is an incredible milestone. How would you sum up how important it's been?
It's absolutely essential. It's key to life, to independence, to being able to hold down a job, to get through your education. It's, Braille is just that building block and tool that will support you through your life to be independent and as independent as possible. Betsy said there, obviously, that she's been learning Braille and obviously already has seen the benefits of that. And I think for people who are going into employment as well, it's a huge benefit. You can't pick up things like spelling, grammar, punctuation, just by listening. Those are key tools to being able to succeed in life. So I think you can see how important that is. Print is essential to everyone. You know, we've transformed that into different ways of accessing print technology, and Braille's the same.
And Claire, is it widespread enough, would you say, in society? Is it widespread enough in schools and in businesses and in everyday life? Are people trying to get around town, for example?
It's not widespread enough. I think there is much more to do. I think the opportunities are still there for you know, schools, for local authorities, for government, for businesses to do their part to increase Braille. And you know, if you look around you, you can find Braille, but you have to really look for it. It should be that you could look and find it instantly on everything, and we're just not there yet.
And Betsy, I can see you're shaking your head and nodding your head there, agreeing basically with what Claire was saying. You think there should be more Braille around?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, if there should be print for, you know, if there's a print version for every book, every menu, why shouldn't there be a Braille version? And I think, you know, this is maybe looking at the more serious and negative side of things, but you could call it, you know, going on the verge of discrimination, because, you know, it's really, I feel like the world has been asleep, really, thinking about accessibility, and everyone is slowly waking up. And I know Claire had a lot to do with the Braille menu, and I'm doing a petition and talking to Governor Mahindra about Braille menus. And I think just all working together as a big community of VI people, you know, we're quite, you know, we're clever and we're very switched on. And I think we can work it out if we work hard and, you know, stand up for ourselves.
Oh, and typically ending on a very positive message, Betsy. Fantastic stuff. Thank you so much, all of you, for coming in. Betsy, Dan Stewart and Claire, and I should mention Duffy, who's actually under the desk. I don't know if you can see her at all in any of the shots, but Duffy is your, Claire, it's your guide dog. Anyway, thanks to all of you. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.